have done this semester is arm drag. Okay, we're doing a lot of double legs, a lot of judo stuff. We haven't done any arm drag stuff. Okay, so what I want to do is work arm drag into a body lock, and then we're going to work a trip. Okay, this is one that I love to do on the wall, but you can do it in the middle of the room. You can go ahead and use it first. Copyright. Alright, so come here on alley, right? And we're in our stance, right? I'm going to go for an arm drag, right? It doesn't really matter what side I go for the arm drag, right? I can go on this arm, or I can go on that arm. But what I'm going to do is I'm always going to go wrist and then tricep. Okay? If I go for the other side, wrist, tricep. Okay? And then I pull. As I pull, I'm going to step out to the side. I never want to pull my partner directly into my chest. So I don't want to go here. Okay, and then try to go here. Because she can body lock me too. Okay? We don't want to do that. We want to get off to the side, okay? So whether it's here, and then I step off to the side, or here, and I step off to the side. Okay? Next thing I'm going to do after I arm drag is go for a body lock. Okay? I always want to pinch the near side arm. So the arm that I'm pulling, I want to pinch that against their body. Okay? If you can get that, that's pretty powerful too here. The only thing you have to worry about is if you get double arms in, if she drops her hips and bends her elbows, you can pop your grip. Okay? So you have to be wary of that. Getting both arms stuck in the body. Okay? So here, I pull in, I step to the side, I lock them up. When you lock a body lock, you can go reverse gable, you can go gable. I always tell you, never go S grip when you go for body lock. Never. This is the easiest grip to break, especially if you're going up against a wrestler. They can break this easily. Okay? Right here. Exactly. Okay? So, wrist, tricep, pull, driving into my partner. Okay? If you pinch this arm in, and it's like the beginning of the match, you can always just pick your partner up. Pick your opponent up and dump them, right? And so they move and dump them. They can't base on that arm if you drive them into the ground. Okay? What we're going to work today is wrist, tricep, pull here, right? I'm off to the side. What I'm going to do is this near side leg here, I'm going to trip it. Okay? So I'm going to pull around and I'm going to pull as I twist. Okay? I'm going to pull her leg back as I twist. Okay? So I'm body locking, I get the leg, I pull back as I twist. Okay? The landing can be sloppy. Okay? You don't have to stay standing. You can fall on top of them, fall to the side. It probably will look sloppy. Okay? And that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect here. Okay? So wrist, tricep, pull. Right? Here, off to the side. Right? I see that this leg is near inside of the middle of my leg. I'm going to go here, right? I'm going to kick back as I drive and pull. Okay, I'm driving with this shoulder, my right shoulder, and I'm pulling this way to swing it down. Okay, so here. Okay, and now we're on top. If you can land a half guard here, this is perfect. Because right when I land half guard, if I'm like this, I'm immediately going to start stepping over for the full mount. Okay? Landing in that half guard position and getting caught there, it's not a big deal. Okay? This, we're just worried about getting the fight down to the ground. Okay? So, what's up there?
Also, I was just we had also played a potential scramble.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, wrist, tricep, I pull, body lock, right? I'm perpendicular to her, right? I feel this foot, right? I'm going to pick it up, kick it back, and pull and drop. Okay? I'm here on top of her, knee is still up. I can hop up to the mount. Okay? It's not that difficult. Questions on that one? Go.
No, I was assuming this is similar to wrestling for competition. You can't grab both arms, correct?
Okay? Yeah.
That's it. Oh, yeah. I was wondering if
Yeah, definitely. Any other questions? You guys want to see it again? Can you have it? Good to go? Ready, 3, 2. So lift this leg up. Your leg up, your leg. Get your leg out. Nice again.
Make sure you get your leg around.
Nice again.
That's all.
All right. Arm drag. Outside hand, then inside hand. In, perpendicular to my partner, right? I don't want to just throw my partner over my leg to trip them. I don't just want to spin her down to the ground. That is a different takedown. If we were doing that, I would go all the way across to the far side ankle, and I would immediately drop to my hip. All right, so from here I would go like this. Okay, that's a different takedown. Okay, this one I want to lift the leg off the ground. Okay, I want to do this. Okay, this one where I just ragdoll her and try to spin her and drop her to the ground, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of muscle, right? What if you're fucking tired? You're not tired right now, minus Matt, right? You're not tired, you have all your energy, so yeah, you want to throw your partner around a little bit, okay? What if on the 4th, when we go to that tournament, you're in the finals, and it's your 6th or 7th match of the day, and you do your wall, you have no energy left. This can help you, okay? What did we talk about last class? A lot of you weren't here. Not muscle fucking all of our techniques, okay? You don't have to use all your energy and all your muscle for every technique, okay? Jiu-jitsu is the total opposite of that. It's skill. We've seen it. People have been doing it for a while with me. We've seen little people beat the hell out of big people just with skill, okay? Right, Robin? Exactly, okay? Let's get better with our skill and save our muscle for later, okay? Slow it down a little bit. See you guys blowing through it. Rep. That's good. But let's slow down the process, okay? This right here, you go fast. Boom. Not a big deal. But we're here, and you're just like doing that to your fucking partner, and you guys are flopping on the ground. That's not good enough, okay? It's not good enough. Yeah, you're learning how to ragdoll someone. It's not good enough, okay? Because when you go out there to compete, right? We've always talked about this. Other schools train twice as much as we do. So when you go out there and compete against someone that's training longer than you, they're going to have their hips nice and heavy. They're going to have really good balance, and they're going to be ready for you to try to ragdoll them around. And they're going to be fighting with 100%, right? But if even though this is a big, give me a bigger motherfucker. If I do this on the clay, right? And we're here, I can get this leg up. You see how this balance just turns to shit, and you fall to the ground, and I'm not fucking out of breath? Well, a little bit, in fact. But, you know, if you guys in shape, you won't be out of breath, and you're not using all your energy. Let's use our skill on this. So let's lift the leg off the ground. I'm leaning into him so he's carrying my weight, okay? And I'm lifting this bad boy off the ground, okay? Here in class, I'll even pause here before I drop plate to the ground so I can work on the balance of my single leg. My right foot, I'm working on the balance right now. Learning how to balance on one leg. It's key, right? And we're moving Clay around, he's got to do all the work because I have his foot off, okay? And if I want to drop him, yes, we can drop him to the ground, okay? But that end result isn't more important than everything before it. Us learning those tiny details and those tiny steps are way more important than me just throwing Ronnie on the ground. Alright, so we slow it down just a little bit, and it's work lifting that leg up and chilling on one leg. Chilling on one leg, balance and holding on to your partner. Okay? Let's slow down just a little bit. Alright? Let's get quality reps in. Okay? What is it? Quantity versus quality? I don't fucking know. Let's get better reps in. You know what I'm trying to say? Versus quality. Yes. Alright? Ready? 3, 2. Oh. There it is.
Lift it. Good.
Use your rear leg. So front is out to the side. I always want to use the leg that's behind the corner. I don't want to use the front leg. Okay? Why do we don't want to use the front leg? It's because if we're on here and I lift this leg and he grabs a single leg, now he's not being able to get it. Let's talk about that. Hey guys, look in, last minute. There's something very good pop up.
No problem.
Alright guys. Why we always use the rear leg when we trip, okay? I never want to use my front leg when I trip, okay? If I'm here and I lift this front leg up and Allie's got really long limbs, okay, she can trip me, or she can use her left hand to go for a single leg, okay? I never want to expose that leg, okay? If I'm here and I'm behind her, she can't do anything with this leg, okay? When we're in this position, you see how Allie's leaning forward? That's what we want, okay? We want them leaning forward. And when we take them to the back, right, none of the weight is ready to go in that direction. I'm leaning on her to the side and driving her forward. When I go like this, it's easy, they fall easy to the back, okay? So always use your rear leg. So if they're here in front of me, and their face is here, and their butt's here, I'm always using the rear leg, okay? Always trim with the rear leg on this, okay? All right, one more minute. Go. All right, guys. All right, what I want to work today is some triangles, okay? Triangles, triangles, triangles. And then we're going to go Kimura after triangle. I see you, a lot of you guys, I didn't single anyone out in that, but I see a lot of you guys getting stuck on the bottom of full guard and not knowing what to do. And just waiting for your partner to break your guard open. Okay? That'll help you work your guard retention, Matt, but we can attack from that position, Matt, okay? So here, we're in full guard. Allie's in my full guard. I have my legs locked around her nice and high, okay? I want to work a triangle here, okay? Usually we do push-pull triangle, right? But that's sort of a telegraphing move, right? If I'm here with double wrist control, right, and I'm not pulling up here for an arm bar position, right? A lot of times, people know they're going to go triangle with a push, pull, popping over, okay? So what I want to work is a different entry to the triangle, okay? What I like to do is rainbow out, so I'll bring both arms under, rainbow, and then getting posture, okay? By pulling her down into my chest, okay? The next thing I like to do is go elbow or wrist, okay? Especially if you're fighting, right? And they're throwing punches with this hand, it's really easy to go elbow control here, okay? All right? Or wrist control, right? But if you're going wrist control, what can she do? She can hand fight, right? If I'm deep in the elbow and I'm pushing deep, it's really hard for her to fight out of this. I can feel her whichever way she's gonna go, and I can really grip her arm here for elbow control, okay? So here, step one is breaking that posture down with a nice overhook on the head, all the way across, okay? If you already know rubber guard, a couple of you guys do, this is perfect entry into our meat hook for our rubber guard, okay? This is for you, Kian, all right? Go here, boom, all types of stuff, okay? We're here with this overhook here. The next thing we do is we go for the elbow, okay? What I want to do here now is I want to start bringing this foot out, okay? But I still want to hold here, okay? They know that this leg is coming out now, right? If you're like on the street and you're fighting someone, they don't know that this is coming out because they're trying to free this hand to punch you, and they're probably throwing crappy punches with the other hand too, okay? All we have to do is pull this leg out, okay? Now, Kian gave me a nice look. What if I don't have that hip flexor flexibility, right? What I'm gonna do here is I'm going to pull this wrist and back my hips up, okay? Saw how I have both my feet on her hips and I'm holding here so she can't get this one away, okay? That makes it easier to pull this leg out, okay? And then you can lock up your triangle, okay? If you don't have the flexibility to pull it out. One thing you can also do, say if she's driving into me, right? Is you have feet on the hips, right? Pushing them away and then shrimping that hip out. Just shrimping that hip all the way out, okay? If they're trying to pull out, I'm holding this collar tie and I'm holding this wrist. So it's hard for them to pull out. If they're trying to drive in, obviously I have my feet on their hips, right? And then it's easy to walk your foot up, okay? You can grab the shin here, right? Because Allie's arm is on the opposite side of my body. Ideally, I would like to have the arm all the way across my belly, like that, right? But that's okay. We're here, grab that shin, lock her up, okay? What we're going to do is, if they keep this arm on the opposite side, is I'm going to put my wrist on that side, on the side of her neck here, okay? Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive that wrist into the side of her neck as I squeeze to add more pressure to the side of her neck, okay? So it's just like a little wedge in there to help, right? It's a shim, right? So we're here, I locked it up, I grab my shin right here, I lock up my triangle. You can always fight to get this hand up to the other side, right? But say she's hiding it under my butt, under my butt, on my back, whatever, right? I'm gonna dig this wrist in for a shim, and then I squeeze my knees together. You see how I'm getting the tap? I'm driving this in like a shim, and then I'm driving my knee into it. And squeezing my knees together for the tap, okay? Alright, pull got hard. I don't know the triangle, she knows I want to do a push pull, right? So she's not giving me anything. I'll rainbow and pull down, okay? Immediately I like grabbing the hold of this arm, okay? If I don't grab the hold of this arm, one thing that she'll immediately do is she'll start pushing on the face, on the neck, to get out. Because she feels that back pressure here, okay? So if they feel that, they're immediately gonna go and like get their posture back. They're fighting for posture. So immediately like grabbing this free arm, okay? Because she tries to bring the forearm in, I like block her, she tries to pull all the way back, I go with her, right, and then I can grab the wrist. I put that knee in there, or shin in there. Now I can really back up, right? And I can bring this foot out and across, okay? If you're having trouble, remember, shrimp back, get to this hip. Get to the hip that you're trying to get the leg out, that side. Grabbing the shin here to make sure I'm doubling down on this posture grade. Then I can lock in this triangle. Say this arm is exposed. Say I'm really heavy with this, right? And I can get this arm. You can always go for Kimuras here, right? You can always go for wrist locks, all right? All types of stuff on this arm. More than likely, they're going to be hiding this arm though, okay? The one in the left. Yeah, they're going to be doing that. So I can't get any type of Kimura or any type of wrist lock.
You do an omoplata.
Of course, yeah, you can go for the omoplata. I would just go here. Here, omoplata. But remember, I'm sticking the wedge in, grabbing it, right? I'm digging it in, I'm squeezing my knees together, okay? As I squeeze my knees together, I'm raising my hips up. Okay, I'm pulling their head down as I force my pelvis into their face. Okay? Questions on that? You guys want to see it again?
One more time, please.
You want to see it? You good? All right. All right, we're here. Hands on the chest. I'm gonna rainbow. Boom. I'm immediately gonna grab posture, right? I'm gonna break it down. Boom. Break it down, break it down. I'm always going for this free arm here. Okay? If you have the flexibility just to bring this up, you can. Okay? So you don't, right? I'm gonna start stripping back to try to get feet on the hip. Okay? So I just start wiggling, shoulder walking back. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? More than likely, they're either like trying to pull out or try to. If they're trying to pull out, I just hold this, right? Nice tight power try. If you're driving into me, feet on the hips, right? I'm still shoulder walking. And then I force my knee and shin into her elbow pit. Okay? That gets them to focus here, right? If you are flexible, really flexible, you can always boom. Okay? You can go double plata right here. Or you can go omoplata like we were talking about earlier with Thomas. Okay? Over here. Next thing I do is I pull that foot out. Okay? And I grab that shin. If she's driving into me crazy, I always want to start forcing her away. See how I'm forcing her away right here? And then I can shoulder walk. Okay? And then lock this up. Even if she's stacking me, stack. I'm going to grab the knees and push her knees down. Okay, so again, stack. I feel her knees and I push it down so I can slide back. Once we slide back and we get her off from stacking me, I want to crunch down. Okay, I'm crunching my hips down. Then I can go here, squeeze my knees. Okay? Question? All right, ready? 3, 2. Go.
That's arm thing, right? Left 2 is lock it up. Okay. See that? Now it's tight. Still hurt. Okay. And just. Okay. That's it. Okay. All right. So I can get it right here. Yeah. That angle that's all
That's the only trick I've ever done.
Alright guys, let's add details. Let's add a detail. If I have Allie in a triangle. Boom. Let's go over a couple things. You see how much shoulder is exposed on this choke here? Right here, I'm touching it. That's not good. I want the least amount of shoulder exposed in this choke. Okay? So look at my left foot. This is my locking arm, or locking leg. This is my choking leg. Okay? I want to pull this choking leg as high as possible. You see how this one is chilling off to the side? A lot of the times I'm just going to put my foot on her hip and keep forcing her away from me. Right, because I don't want her to start stacking me while it's not locked up fully. And then, as I pull this leg nice and high and re-lock this, you see how there's no shoulder in that lock anymore? You guys see that? Yeah. Now, when I'm choking, my right leg is choking the neck, my left leg is forcing her shoulder into the other side of the neck. Okay? I wasn't even squeezing.
What if he tries to fight with her right arm?
Which, this one?
Yep.
What do you want her to do?
Alright, she tries to get her right arm free and tries to use it to bridge against your left leg.
Like force? Like that?
Yeah.
But I'm just going to grab that board.
Okay.
I have 2, she's got 1. My 2 is always going to be stronger than her 1. I can always start manipulating this to go for Kimuras, manipulating this to go for straight arm bars, wrist locks, Americanas, all types of things. They start fighting. Okay? So I immediately grab this and control it. This is mine now. Okay? So remember, grabbing and pulling this tight. Then locking this up to get as little shoulder in as possible. Now, say, if you're going up against someone like Colby, who can withstand a lot of pressure, right? It's hard to get him to tap like this. We can add some more details to this to make this more effective. What I want to do is create an angle, right? Because when we're here at alley, right, I'm using my knees to squeeze and my adductors, my adductors to squeeze together, right? But if I get off to the side, now I'm using hamstring. And hamstrings are a hell of a lot bigger than my adductor, okay? What I want to do after I get off the side is I don't want my feet to be perpendicular. You see how my locking leg is still along her back perpendicular? I'm going to take it parallel with my other leg. Okay? What that does is it puts more tension on that lock. And now I can start using the hamstring on this bad boy to bite down as well. She's tapping, I'm not even squeezing or doing anything. Okay? I'm just taking it off to the side, going parallel, right? I'm using my hamstrings now to chomp down, to bite down. Okay? Instead of squeezing like that, I'm using here to chomp down. Okay? You can also squeeze though. Okay? So you can add double pressure to it. Add up the same hamstrings. Okay? Let me, Mitch. So again, we're here at rainbow out, boom, posture. Immediately grabbing this bad boy, right? Getting here. I have to walk my foot across his arm, I'll do that. See, I'm grabbing it immediately. That's one thing I love to do is make sure it's nice and tight, right? And then I bring this one in, okay? Still, there's some shoulder in there, right? So I'll create an angle, right? Grab it. Is there shoulder in there? Not really. And now I'll start using hamstring. You feel I'm not even squeezing it, Mitch? I'm not even squeezing. I'm just locking this, and it's already tight, right, Mitch? Now I'll start using hamstrings and go parallel, knee taps. Okay? Hamstrings are a hell of a lot bigger than your adductors. Okay? So getting off to the side and chopping down pelvis. Okay? Let's try that. Sir. Ready? 3, 2. Last thing, guys. Last thing. Alright, we're going to do just a little bit of straight ankle lock introduction, and then we're going to roll. Who wants to be my uki for straight ankle locks? Your ankles are jacked. Someone preferably that doesn't have bad ankles. That boy right there. He doesn't feel anything. Skinny and Alright, straight ankle locks. Yay! Alright. When we're straight ankle locking someone, a lot of the time we're going to be in ashi. Okay? When we're in ashi, I have my outside leg goes under and then up to his hip. My inside leg comes here, nice and tight. I'm squeezing this leg in. The main thing with my hand is grabbing his knee and controlling his knee. Always go-to to this is to push and hop off. Okay? When he does that, I'm not holding him anymore. So he's out of the lock. Okay? Another thing he can do is put his foot on my butt and kick outwards. Okay? Those are the two main defenses you're going to run into. Someone posting, pushing, and hopping out, and then people just kicking the hell out of your butt and getting out. Okay? So, you holding here, nice and tight, is going to prevent him from kicking out. If they do push and hop over, we immediately follow. Okay? I immediately follow. I don't want to follow like this though, because Colby can start getting me. So what I do when I follow is I put it behind his back. And I always want my shoelaces on the mat. Always put the top of my feet on the mat. Okay? So that's your go-to. If he is kicking you in the ass, you grab under the knee, you hold on to those tendons for dear life and squeeze. Okay? If he hops over, you follow him and you put that leg behind his back and you put your shoelaces on the mat. Okay? Shoelaces on the mat. Alright? This is the main position for Ashi, for a straight ankle lock. Okay? Now let's talk about doing the straight ankle lock. Always like, admire it. Alright, when we are going to straight ankle lock this, I want the blade of my forearm to be doing the work, not my shelf. So this is your shelf, and then this is your blade, right? When I'm doing this, I want to slide all the way down to the doorstop. The doorstop is the ankle, right? Okay? So I'm here, whenever I'm doing this, I'm going to slide all the way down to my doorstop. Okay? I want to make sure his toes are in my armpit. See how they're up behind my armpit right there? Okay? When I do this, I want to be reaching for my chest. Okay? Grabbing my shirt. Right? Because a lot of times, they're going to be reaching for this other hand and pulling at this other hand to defend. Right? Because you can finish it like this. Okay? So if he's using his hands to grab my top hand, it's harder to finish this. But if I'm pulling down on the shirt, right, and then I lift up on it, that acts like my hand pulling up on my palm, okay? So we're here, right? What I want to do when I go for this finish, a lot of times we're going to be on our elbow, okay? You want this foot high in my armpit, okay? When I'm going for this, I want to collapse down on the foot, okay? So I don't want to go forward. I just want to drop to this tricep shoulder position, okay? What I'm doing here is I'm compressing the foot, okay? So if his foot's just chilling like this, in this position, right? When I collapse down onto my shoulder, then his foot's like this, okay? So in our Ashi position here, right? Now say I'm here and I can't reach all the way back. Like, oh, I can't get my hand to my chest because Colby's leg is stretched all the way back, right? We need to move our partner's leg, bend it, so now I can get it. Okay, you saw how I bent his knee? So now I can get my ankle in and then my hands near my chest. Okay, now I'm gonna collapse down on it. And now when we go for the finish, okay, when we go for the finish, we're pulling up on this, but we're arching our back. It's sort of just like how we did the mounted guillotine. Remember we did the one-arm guillotine from the mount? How we had to base and then arch our backs to get the torque on the neck? That's what we want, okay? Same thing, we want to arch our backs. When I do this, I'm here and I arch my back like this. Okay? Because my feet are holding his hip down. So his hip can't follow me. And I'm arching and pulling all the way back. And your foot doesn't bend that way. So it's going to break. Alright? That's what we want.